figured out. Oh my goodness. Was it a hassle? It was indeed. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you. Insane. I'll tell you what. They do not make it easy. They do not. Let me see if I can get this figured out here. Let's see if my guys will pop up in here. Because this was just wild. So it might send a message every 1 second. Whatever. Insane. Top chat. Let's do all chats. Hopefully my guys here will pop in. So I apologize to everybody on that. Holy cows, it was a mess. Yeah. Now I can see the chats. Now I have chats. Oh, man, this is hilarious. Freaking hilarious, guys. Tell you what. Oh, it's nice to have this thing talk for me. See if my guys pop in.
Awesome!
Oh, just waiting for everybody to pop in. Oh, there we go. We got somebody pop in. Who do we got? And is it working? Send me a message. See if this works. This chat. Better damn work. Damn, it was hard work. Oh my gosh. Yo, what's up, Deadpool? There we go. All right. There we go. We got at least one up in here. Damn. I'll tell you what, that was a headache, bro. That was a headache. I'll tell you what. Freaking insane. Hard work. Yep, I'm seeing your messages now. So you are top number one. I'm just waiting for everybody else to pop in, see if Drunk your cuz pops in. I did send the link to everybody, so maybe it's taking a little bit of time. But I'm finally streaming. So it feels a lot better, man. It feels a lot better. And I could point the camera down a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, Drunk is the one that pointed it out, so. Trying to see if he pops in. So how you been doing today, Deadpool? See here. Unless he got busy. Tell you what, it was crazy to get it to work. Like, I had a whole bunch. Well, first it was slow, then it was asking me to add this crap into it, and I was like, no, I just want to stream. I don't want to add all that. They wanted to talk about background and all that, that AI background stuff and all that. I was like, I ain't worried about that. Ain't nothing crazy in this room. Ain't nothing crazy. Still waiting on Drunk to pop in. What's going on? Get him to pop on, man. Tell him it's on. It's good. Maybe Shermie's too. Dang, 4 volumes. Sheesh. Oh, that's good. It's good. Better than me. I can't even pick up a book anymore. I'll tell you what. Nah. Oh, I do my reading on the internet. That's mostly classifieds and declassifieds and stuff that I get sent. So mainly I was on my phone. Now I'm on this crappy computer. I'm trying to find somebody that can fix this. I got this MacBook Air that needs fixed. Dang, 12. Sheesh. But yeah, I got this MacBook Air. I got to get. I accidentally deleted the main part in it, and now I can't get into it because I was trying to factory reset it. The person I got it off didn't factory completely. So I was seeing a lot of messages and all that stuff. I was like, oh no, I don't want to see all that stuff. That was still popping up. So I was trying to factory reset it. Well, the directions online ain't specific. So I deleted the one thing, and now it hasn't been working. It comes on in that, but I can't access the main page and all that. It won't load up all the way. So I got to get that fixed for this. And that's a 2013 MacBook Air. So if I can get that fixed, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. There we go. We got someone else. Who do we got? Who do we got finally logging up in here? On my chest, that's my 2 sons. That's my. Oh, I can't do my cameras. That's my firstborn, and that's my secondborn, Jesse and Jaden and Jesse, and then their birth dates. So I haven't seen them since 2012. Yeah, since 2012, my ex-wife has kept them from me. So just to be a pain because I divorced her and. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks, but she was a hoe bag. I mean, she couldn't handle me overseas and that, and was prostituting with old men. Dark cloud following you the way it seems. A dark cloud. Eh, to the point. I'm wondering where Drunk is and when he's gonna join the chat. What's going on here? Then we can get this party really started. How about that? That's what I've been trying to. So I'm on here to talk about different stuff and that from my days in the military. To I also have family that have been in the government, military government, and all that. That's worked their way up. Yeah, yeah, definitely got that right. Family issues, no. Like the woman I'm with now, she's great. She's perfect. But and then I have a great son with her. We have a 4-year-old autistic son, but he's great. They said he's Spectrum 3 autistic, but because they said try to say nonverbal, but he's pretty verbal. I mean, some of the stuff is mumbo jumbo, but he's learning quick on talking words. We talk a lot and play a lot of movies that has a lot of talking in it, words and that, like Elmo and Bluey and a couple other ones that have a lot of words in them. So he's getting there. He's getting there. I love him to death. Sometimes he could be a pain like any other kid, but still love him. He's awesome. I do miss my 2 boys, but uh, the whole reason really she keeps them away is because she knows that I would easily get custody because she has children, youth involved like 4 or 5 times, maybe more. And then that's what happens. She keeps moving because they give me her address and that. So she knows that, and she just keeps moving around. But I don't have no drama from her, so I mean, I don't got to pay child support either. So that's a plus. I mean, truthfully, I don't feel that I should if you're not going to let me see my kids since 2012. Shit. But the courts did say that I could go after her for that because we were supposed to have 50-50 custody. But they're 17 and 18 or 17 and 16. I mean, they're going to come find me regardless. So I ain't worried about it. They're going to come find me because I know they're going through hell with her, and I don't even know if she's still with the dude that she's with. She had a kid with him, and I heard they had a lot of issues and all that. So but I'm still waiting on Drunk. Where's Cliff? Where is he? Yeah, but we have all those, bro. We have all those. I'm gonna message him real quick, or I'm just gonna start because I want to get this. I got on here finally, so yeah. Come on, bro. Where you at? Well, right now it's basically random because I really wanted to try to get this figured out and how to set it up and all that. It took forever, and then I had to do all this and that, and it's like, what the hell? But we could talk about anything. Really, it's people have conspiracies which turn out to be true. So main goal is I'm going to be talking about stuff that I've witnessed in the military, what I've seen in the military, and a lot of things that I've done that were outside of what really the military was about. People think the military is just about going to war and fighting the bad guys or this and that, and it's not. There's stuff that people don't really understand and realize. Yo, what's up, person? There we go. What's up? What's up, brother? Thank you for coming on. Yes, the moon landing was fake. We have never been to space. Never. Documents that are actually still in the Pentagon. Yeah. Underwater alien bases. Yes. Yes. There is underwater alien bases and that. Tons of them, actually. But no, the moon landing was all done in the Area 51 hangar. One of the hangars. It was all put in and made out to be fake and that. Because there's no way they would be able to communicate with the president. And the camera was already outside. How you know? Oh, because my uncle used to be the director of the Pentagon. So Patrick Sinclair, he was the director of the Pentagon for many, many years. He worked his way out from the military, and from the military he went into the FBI. From the FBI to the CIA, and from the CIA to the Secret Service, and then into the Pentagon. Yeah, it was all green screen. Yep, just like they do in the movies, man. Just like they do. And underwater alien bases, that's common knowledge because where do you think most of the spaceships come from? Out of the water. And that's mostly where they're flying over. When they're flying over land, they're doing surveying and that. Really, they're going over military bases most of the time. Yep. Yeah, because if you really pay attention to past videos, and that it arcs. Okay, well, if you're going up in the outer space, you would go straight up. So really, they're arcing over. So they already have a ship and everything out there that's going to collect everything. So they pick up all the space junk and all that because nothing's really going out in space. And they already have this little hidden hatch that's for the astronauts that make them look like they're going in. Okay, when really when it starts going off, it releases, and that I think you've seen it on that last one that they supposedly went up in space. If you really pay attention to that video, there was this thing that just zip lined down real quick as it was taking off. The recent outer space expedition. They never went, and then they already have the capsule that it goes up in an airplane. They load them up in it, and then they fly over real high, drop it, and then it opens the chute, and yeah. No, so they can't get past the so everybody has a different theory of what it's called, and the Bible, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of the Bible is fake because it's been rewritten. Now, if you really want a true Bible, you got to look for the 17 to 1800 era Bibles, and that those are the ones you really want. So the Catholics rewrote the Bible, and King James, who was a demonologist, rewrote the Bible. But anyway, it's actually, I don't know if you heard of the satellite, the Black Knight satellite. Now, they are able to see from a telescope different things out in space. That's how they get most of the stuff. But they found a Black Knight satellite, which is, of course, an extraterrestrial. Yes, the Ethiopian Bible. Yep. from the 1800s. Yep. But the Black Knight satellite, there's actually more than one. So they only show one. Okay, that's it. There's multiple Black Knights satellites in that, which creates this like force field. Okay, and that's basically keeping us in. So basically, we're prisoners from something we don't know. We don't know that. That's actually in documents that I've actually seen. I've actually seen those documents. Eventually, they will release those documents because it's part of the extraterrestrial. So they'll eventually like the ones that they're disclosing now are all watered down. Like they're really, really watered down, and they're not giving everything. The ones you've seen that were old, I mean, you could really tell that they're fake. The extraterrestrial. Do I believe we were planted here by the Anunnaki? No. No, the stories are true that we were brought here by God. We were placed here by God, and no, those are true. Now the Anunnaki, no. So they came after we were already here. They came in and promised a lot of, clothing, technology, building skills. They pretty much came and in exchange for our gold was the exchange for teaching us a lot of abilities to the Anunnaki are fallen angels. Man, best play. All of your aliens are fallen angels. Those ones are able to transport outside of that force field. Now, is it possible the Anunnaki put that force field in place? That is my theory. My opinion and my theory is the Anunnaki realized that we were going to advance pretty quick eventually. So I believe they left their satellites. They're really not satellites. They're really a force field conductor to keep us in. Because I think they knew that we would get out eventually. Fallen angels. Fallen angels. So those are the ones that God threw out. Yeah. What we call extraterrestrials is really fallen angels. You have most of them that are underground. Those are ones that are grays, reptilians, and that. The reptilians adapted to the reptilian way. They're the ones that are really evil in that. So they're the ones that are constantly kidnapping and using people. So, and grays are basically animatronic. They're not real. Yeah, if you're spiritual, well, yeah. Fallen angels, if not ultra, yeah, I guess you could call them ultra terrestrial if you're not. Yeah, lizard people, yep. Grays, yeah. Those are the common. Now you have the Nords too. No, tall whites, they're called Nords. So Nordics, and basically Viking name, Vikish kind of name because they resemble Vikings. But yeah, I've seen actually two of them in my time in the military. So when I first got out of boot camp, I was stationed over in Area 51, just the outskirts, doing the perimeter. I would sit out there with a sniper rifle, because that was what I was specified with. But yeah, I've seen two of them. They landed in they're in the egg shaped. They're mostly in the egg shaped UFOs and that. But yeah, but they're extremely tall, 9 to 10 foot. Beautiful creatures, I'll tell you what. Beautiful people. I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, well, Nords are real. The Nords, the tall white people, they're real. Your grays are animatronical, basically machines, really, that they can actually control with their minds and that, and then therefore talk to you because they really don't have a mouth. None of them have a mouth. Lizard people, they're called reptilians, but they mostly live underground and that. Yeah, but not all of them. No, there's a lot of false, like the little ones, 3 footers. They're fake. That's all fake. There is no 3 footers. DARPA, I wasn't really into that DARPA stuff. That'd be more my uncle, and I haven't really got into that kind of stuff. He's really careful on what he talks about right now because he's only going on 2 years of retirement, so he can't really. I'll eventually have a lot of my sources and my uncle on here. No, I have not seen it. I know a lot of people have going into strange things. I wasn't into that. So when I wasn't overseas, and that I was mostly Area 51. I also was sent out on missions to get antiquities that weren't supposed to be found. Um, Transporting stuff that we didn't even know what it was top secret. Oh yeah, I guarantee it. I mean, well, technologically, truth to be told, is the world's been more advanced before we were even existed, and even farther back. So the before even Egyptians, they were highly advanced. So Egypt actually had helicopters. They actually had tanks, more advanced than us. Um, Batteries, like they've had batteries, and that, I mean, they were huge that lasted forever. And a lot of other technology in that, to the point where it's even believed they had a computer. So 20 years, I probably would say about 50 years, really. 50 years more advanced ahead of civilization and that. So I can pretty much guarantee that. Atlantis being wiped out, no. So Atlantis was hidden because the Anunnaki was getting pissed because they were advancing really fast, and then what the whole trade off was is they were supposed to share that technology. So Antarctica is actually where Atlantis is. Why do you think that they don't allow anybody there? It's all Atlantis under the ice. Pole shift? No, it was. You ever watch that movie Day After Tomorrow? That's what really happened. There was no pole shift. They keep talking about a pole shift to scare people into buying stuff. An asteroid, if an asteroid really hit Earth, Earth would be as bad as Mars. I'm gonna tell you that now, especially on the size. I mean, maybe a small one that could create, you know, enough damage to kill some stuff off, but not everything. If a giant asteroid came, nothing would have survived. Yeah, it used to be tropical, yes, but it's basically how do I describe it? It's almost like a pole shift, but it was basically like the day after tomorrow or something like that. I forget what that. But it's basically like that. But we're still basically in a sub freeze state. That's what we're told. That's what we're told. Otherwise, no. I have not seen any documents suggesting anything like that. The documents I said is basically seen is uh, that there was the flood of God that pretty much wiped out because of things that were going on. I can't really say over here. I mean, let's just say mom and son type stuff, father and daughter type stuff. and that's where the creation kind of went wrong. Plus on top of that, the fallen angels with the women, and then the female fallen angels with the men. So, or what you call Ultra. That's correct. That's correct. And there's actually a vast city actually in there. There is a vast city in the Sphinx. So the Sphinx is actually huge. And goes way down. There's also a giant library in there. I don't know if you remember that archaeologist that said he was going to go into the Sphinx, and it even showed a video of him going to be going down into it. And then all of a sudden, everything stopped. He denied everything. So actually, in documents that they found a library and a whole city down there, and there's apparently a lot of stuff down there that not too many, you know. Okay, oh damn, person, that's crazy. Damn. No, did you know there's actually two Sphinx? There's actually two Sphinx. They just found the other one. There's actually two, so they're gonna be. You'll be eventually seeing that getting uncovered. Yes, correct. That is actually 100% true. That is where the Library of Alexandria is, along with a lot of other artifacts as well, mostly on Jesus Christ, of where he went, where he disappeared to. Um, there's also the Great Khan. Pretty much every person that we've ever heard in history has been moved there from. Well, I can't say those yet. Again, I'm not going to get myself in too much trouble here. I can only talk about certain things that have been released, basically, and what I can talk about that will be released. Let's just put it that way. There's Drunk. What's up, brother? Holy crap. I was wondering when you were going to jump in. There we go. But I got everybody here. That's perfect. I got Deadpool, I got Person, and now I got you. That is great. And we've been talking. I don't know if you can read back in. We've been talking. I bet you are. I bet you are. Oh, snap. But yeah, it's great to see you in here, Drunk. Appreciate everything. I'm glad that you guys are joining in. Sorry, I'm trying to. There it is. I will be later. Oh, you're using the gummies? No, I'll do the Zoom. Yo, are you going to be streaming later? Hey, Drunk, are you going to be streaming later? All right, perfect. What are we going to be doing? Dead by Daylight or RE? Everything that you heard about the CIA, yes. Everything. The flower. Okay. Okay. Yes, CIA, all of the experiments, every single one, yes. They were ultra. The Philadelphia Project, too. There's the Philadelphia project that I know about, which was basically that the ship was able to go back in time, and when it came back, yeah, it caused a lot of problems. That was a big cover up because some people got split, some people ended up delirious, and some end up gotten some kind of poisoning that was like radiation poisoning. But there's still no definite answers on that. I did see some things about the Montauk project, but not very much. I mean, I was pretty much in and out, and I couldn't read too much of the stuff, CIA wise. I mean, those things are constantly watched. Um, Most of your things that I know about is UFOs, Bigfoot, megalodons, and then other dinosaur types as well that are in the sea. A lot of things also, surprisingly, I've seen some documents on octopuses, which um, technologically they're basically based off an alien planet. That's as far as they believe. Because their DNA is actually not from anything that they ever seen. Oh yeah, it's definitely like obviously it's true because it was actually in some classified files. But like I said, a lot of things are going to now. This is from a source that I have. He lives over in California, and he's actually about to move out of the United States for his safety. Um, so pretty much the CIA is possibly getting shut down. That's what I heard from him. Because of all these projects and your Men in Black are from there, which that was a failure. Um, so I do know some stuff about the Men in Black. There really wasn't called. It's what the people named it. Uh, really, it was a sector. That was redacted. What sector it was now. But there is different sectors of hidden groups that are military also that are top secret in that, and those are used for special occasions. Yeah, but it's about to be shut down. It's about to, because a lot of things are, let's just say not all of them are human. Black-eyed children, I have no. Or do you mean hybrids of human and children and alien children? Is that what you mean? I would have to say the Nephilim. That's the I've read up on it, and there's too many things that are actually in military documents about it as well. BEC, I've not yet heard of that one. But Tab of Acid Studios, you asked about are black-eyed children real? Are you talking about hybrids? Because there is actually hybrids. Yes, hybrid children from human and extraterrestrial. What you call extraterrestrials, I call fallen angels. No, I've never heard of that one. That was in no documents I ever seen. No, so I would have to say no on that one. Now, if you were talking about hybrids, yeah, there is hybrid children and hybrid extraterrestrials on both sides. Uh, Basically, there's actually one girl that actually came out. So, oh yeah, no, I've never seen anything about those. I really don't believe in something like that. either way. I mean, I've seen a lot of documents, but I've never seen anything about black-eyed children. So I would have to say that would be false. No. No, most of your stuff is from actual witnesses from either the military or actually witnesses that actually came forward and was able to provide some kind of proof. The bigger secret I know, though, the only problem with that, if I told you now without it being possibly released soon at some time, I would put myself and my family in danger. I couldn't really. There's a lot I know. There's like be there is one that's going to come out. That'll probably shock you. That'll. I don't know if you ever heard of DEW weapons. Have any of you heard of DEW weapons? I mean, it's in books, some books. Oh, that's what I'm about to share. Do you ever heard of a DEW weapon? Let's see if you ever heard of that. Yep. Direct energy weapon. So, what do you think hit Hawaii? I hit Hawaii. There was one. I mean, most of your forests are hit by that. Those were tests. Tesla. You're talking about Elon Musk. Wow. Okay. You want another big secret? Elon Musk isn't a human. Nikola Tesla. That's who you're talking about. Okay. Well, that's not the only reason they killed him. There was multiple reasons they killed Tesla. The fact that he was about to create free electric. The fact that he was fighting also for free water because yeah. Well, yeah, he has more brains than Elon Musk, yeah. Way more. But no, Elon Musk is actually your antichrist. Straight up. Too many people that worked for him, even when he was a child, has come out and said there's just something about him. And then out of nowhere, out of the blue, he came out that he's the richest man in the world, $1 trillion wise, apparently, supposedly. And you would think they heard of his family then, if he was, his family and him were trillionaires. And then most of his stuff is all lies. I mean, he was saying that he was against AI, but everything he makes is AI. Also, what's the thing in the Bible that says that is actually in the older Bibles from the 1800s? That it would be either on the head or for the hand. Well, guess what he's making? You got to swipe to pay for everything in your hand. Also, they're talking about brain implants. Well, a lot of people don't know he's actually the Antichrist. A lot of people don't know. It's actually in documents. Ignoring the Bible. Yeah, he predicted an European. Yep, that's correct. But no one knew exactly who it would be. But yeah, so like I said, there's a lot of things. There's other things that are out there. I mean, just like Venezuela, there's a new weapon out there that's they don't have to shoot nobody to take them out. It can just with this weapon, it just put you on the ground. You'll still be alive, but it'll put you on the ground. You ain't getting up for a while. You'll be alive, you'll be conscious, but you won't be able to think. You won't be able to move, no nothing. So, and that's what happened in Venezuela. And like you said about the Men in Black, well, those are who went in. That's who actually went in, and nobody got a single shot off on them. They were in and out quick. That's top secret, and I really shouldn't have said about that, but you wanted something, and it ain't as bad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But Tesla had a lot of. He was a brilliant man. He was actually God. He was a genius above any other genius that's out there. Yeah, and that's basically what they're trying to figure out still to this day. All right, bro. I'll bet. But yeah, so Nikola Tesla had, God, if I remember correctly, there was tons of books that he had notes in and ideas in, and all of them are gone. Oh, I bet. Yeah, because Elon Musk came out of nowhere. I mean, and he's a trillionaire. And then guess where he is all the time beside the president? Every time. He's at every event. It's unbelievable. Yep. Closer to 200. Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree there. Yeah, you got that right. But yeah, so there is some things that are going to start happening where they're going to force you to pretty much get that hand done, or you got to do it in your head, one of the two. There's a lot of changes that are going to start happening. Pretty much like Murphy's Law. I just seen God. It was since this morning till about 4 o'clock. All these military jumbo jets, jumbo planes leaving the Middletown airport. Tons of them, nonstop, taking off and leaving. So, and they were coming here to fuel up. Only a few of them, and most of them were already here, and every single one left. So, it is very rare for them planes to all leave like that unless there's something going to happen. You're hilarious. You're hilarious, bro. No, so really in the military, there's a protocol. Probably Murphy's Law. I mean, they're really cracking down on a lot of things that they don't. So a lot of people are speaking out in that against what's going on with Iran. So I hate code speak. I'm getting there. So because of everything going on in Iran, a lot of people are not liking the situation because really, truthfully, you're putting us in a situation where you're endangering us, but you guys got places to go. So that's why, if you've really been paying attention, on the news, a lot of attempts have been supposedly going on Trump's life. Supposedly, let me put it that way. Supposedly, so I haven't heard from sources yet if those are true yet. Those are that's why I keep checking my phone to see if anybody has gotten back to me about it. Which no, unfortunately not, and they probably ain't gonna get back to me yet. But I'm waiting to see if there's stories that are on the news that there was multiple attempts on Trump's life, if they were true. If they are true, it's probably most likely going to be a worldwide Murphy's Law, where there's going to be curfew, and if you ain't locked in, you can guess what's going to happen. Either you will be arrested or possibly shot. Especially in DC. I mean, pretty much air restrictions will be restricted. Flights probably aren't going to go as normal. Yeah, martial law. Sorry, I'm a little. Not much. But this was a test run anyway, so I'm trying to see how everything's working in that on here, and if it's going to keep working properly. Yep, it's a complete lockdown. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so this actually worked out perfect, you guys. So I really do appreciate y'all coming on here. But yeah, that's eventually going to be going to happen. Probably say within the next month or 2 or 3. I've also been paying attention that in Pennsylvania, the possibility. That's what I want to give you guys an update on. The possibility that $15 will be minimum wage. Did you know that? Wouldn't that be grand if it really passes? But yeah, so I'm not going to do too much longer on here because I want stinking Drunk's damn DBD. So you already know. I'm waiting for that stream. Now, most of my streams are probably not until 2029. Well, that's that was the theory at first when they were going to do it, but now with, like I said, I don't have 100% confirmation yet from sources yet, but that might change because of the supposed many attempts on Trump. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Trump, that first one you saw where it supposedly got him here was fake. I'm gonna tell you that now it was the fakest crap ever, and that's from the source. That never happened. He was shot at, but nothing ever hit him. Nothing ever. So he made it dramatic. Yeah, but with these things, I don't know. So Trump has a power trip. I don't know if you knew that. He's like a little kid that throws a tantrum every time. That's the whole reason for him going after Iran. That's the whole reason he goes out at all these people and puts us in a life-threatening situation, truly life-threatening situation, especially with Russia. I mean, Russia would decimate us. Because if you think that we have technology that the world that you guys don't know about, you don't understand that Russia has technology too. But what we really got to be afraid of China. So China is so much, you got to realize China is way more advanced than us. And yeah. Yeah, and that's what he's basically trying to do. Because if you've not been paying attention too much about the news, They're talking about that he's trying to still run for president even after the normal terms. There's that power trip. So really, if he does that, that's pushing for dictator. So basically, that's what Vladimir Putin is. But I got to tell you what, I have so much respect for that man. Yep. Well, most of their kids are already trained for military. I don't know if you know that, because their gun program, their gaming programs with military type are phenomenal, phenomenal. I have a friend that showed me. He's from China, and he actually showed me, and he still has a lot of their games. And I'll tell you what, them things are insane. Why do I have respect for Putin? Um, because he it seems like he's more on the dictatorship and a part, but I respect him because he's for his people. Like there's not a single homeless person in Russia. Okay, and if you have a child, he comes to your home when you like after you go home from having your baby. He comes to home and he brings gifts to that family for that child. Um, Trump or Putin also takes no crap. Like I don't care how many people have come at this man. This man shows no sweating, no no fear. Like he is ultimately just a beast. And another reason I respect him is he tells his country the truth most of the time. I think there's only three secrets that he's ever kept that even the United States have some knowledge on. And that's the thing. Like he's very open with his country and that. And the power, if anybody did have like couldn't work, that man they give $5,000. You don't understand it. That man gives his country $5,000 for each person that can't work, that would afford their home, afford whatever else they need. Okay, afford food, and he also helps out with their medical and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what they say in America. There is none. I'm telling you, there is none. Not a single person time. They are given homes, and they have facilities that even if like they don't have no homes to give, they have facilities that are basically like these big apartments. Yeah, that's what the United States tells you. There is no homeless. There is none. I'm telling you, bro. You can believe what Google tells you. You can. Google is part of the government. I'm telling you. I have knowledge of all that stuff. The government controls everything. The United States controls everything, dude. I'm telling you. You can believe it. Oh, bro, I've seen the documents and agreements on that with Google and all that because I've seen the agreements. I've seen the agreements. Look, I got pictures of stuff that no one else has, bro. I'm telling you, I get stuff. Look at this. This is the Twin Towers. Where's the airplane? That's the plane that just crashed. Where's the airplane parts, bro? That's supposedly what people believe was a plane hit this. Okay, that was no plane. It wasn't a jumbo plane. Let me put it that way. So a source got back to me, and all this is filled with construction, demolition, dynamite. Okay, and what started setting some of it off was the fact that they took, them little good jumbo airplanes that are remote control that you can just launch off a runway and that. Yeah, that's what hit these. It wasn't a giant one, and it was full of explosives. Because if an airplane would have came through here, you would see the nose from the exit. You wouldn't see an explosion. from there. You would see an explosion coming outwards from when it went in, but you wouldn't see the explosion on the other side. All right. Then on top of that, hold on. Let's go here. Okay. This is the Pentagon. There's no airplane parts, but it supposedly barely hit it. I'm telling you, I'm getting everything. I get every document, everything that's up, and I'm telling you. All right. I know you're not arguing it, but I'm trying to prove a point that I get every document in it. There is no homelessness, not a single one in Russia. Overseas, the only place that has homelessness is Africa, south of North Korea, and there's another area that has some homelessness. I'm trying to think of where it's at. It's out in China. I forget on one part, but yeah. But Russia has not a single thing of homelessness. I'm telling you. I'm not evading. I ain't worried about that. They ain't gonna come after me for that. That's too many. They'll just call me a conspiracy theorist on that part. Even with them photos, they'll try to say they're doctored, which they're not. They're not. They came from someone inside the Pentagon. So I ain't worried about that. Yes, I've been to Russia multiple times when I was in the military. Yes. I've been to Russia multiple times. I'm telling you, there's not. I am giving realness. That's the thing. That's why I just pulled out them pictures. It's proving a point that I've seen everything. I know everything. Okay. Like I said, eventually I will have some of my sources come here, including my uncle, when he's ready. When he's ready for that, you'll have. So listen, you're gonna have actual documents. You're gonna have actual photos. You're gonna have everything that is gonna blow your mind. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have people from all over. I have sources all over, dude. Yeah, exactly. See, tab of Acid Studios. You're right, but Russia, no. Russia. I've been to Russia multiple times. I'm telling you, when I was in the military, no. I went there with friends and that, and I'm telling you, there's not a single homeless person in Russia. And I met with people and talked to them. I've asked them that because I said, "Oh man, these streets are clean. These areas are clean. Where's the homeless people at?" And he looked at me all whacked out, like, "What do you mean homeless people? What's homeless people?" And I'm like, "People that live on the street that can't afford, that are on drugs or live." He said, "We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have nothing like that." I've been all over Russia, dude. I'm telling you, my fellow units and the people I hung out with in the military, when we got our leave and that, we got to go all over the place. Trust me, there is none. Okay, don't believe it, dude. I'm telling you facts. If you don't believe it, then that's on you. That's your opinion. Okay, and I respect that. But please respect what I've seen and what I've talked to with people there. No, there's not homeless everywhere. That is what United States wants you to believe. See, that's the problem right there. You're going by what you're hearing from these people over here, just like they say here that they hate us over there. No, they welcome people from America over there. There's how many people that are not even just celebrities living over in Italy. They told us Italy people don't like us. China, there's parts of China, yes, that don't like us, but most of China are as cool with us. Okay. Same with in Russia. Russia will welcome you. Dang, Russia will even let you live there. You might have to wait 4 to 5 years to become a citizen, to get your citizenship, but they will gladly bring you over there and let you live over there. Okay? Sweden's another place they'll gladly, because their rate is all mostly old people, so they want young people to come over there. They don't care from America to create familyness. But no, homeless not that is what you're led to believe from the United States. The United States lies about everything. I'm going to tell you that right now. They don't know nothing that's going on over there. They don't know half the crap that's going on over there, because over there don't tell them. They don't tell them everything. And how am I going to provide proof on that? Okay, side with him, dude. I mean, no, they do not allow homelessness over there. So there is no some level of it. They don't allow it. Drug addicts will be locked up. Alcoholics that just rather keep drinking and waste, they lock them up. That's why there's no homelessness. They're locked up. If you want to call that homelessness, okay, I'll agree with you on that. But no, they don't allow people to live on the streets. They don't. Exactly. Thank you, Tab of Acid Studios. Thank you. Yep. I ain't doing politics either. I believe what I understand, but there is no way to 100% unless I go over the fly over there. Where am I going to get the money? I can't even get the money for a car. Okay, so I mean, how am I going to fly over there, get pictures, and get someone actually on video saying, yeah, there's no such thing as homelessness that lives there and been living there, and it'll tell you everybody. I mean, drug use and alcohol would put you in jail, yeah, because you're on the street. Yes, because you're a person that's not gonna, better yourself. You're just gonna keep following. Yeah, I mean, they have programs they'll put you in, but if you don't follow those programs, like over here, you go to a program and get out in 30 days, whatever, 3 weeks. I think there's a stipulation over here, but over there, if you don't follow through with the whole program, you'll get locked up. So yeah. Yeah. Yep. I even said that was right. Yep. I told him, yeah, drunk. I told him that he was correct on that. That's what I was trying to explain on that. But yeah, I mean, you save up money, dude, and go fly over there. Go to Russia. Go to Sweden. Go to Italy. I'm telling you, you're gonna find out that that's all a lie. I mean, that's the best. I'm on here to give my experiences and my opinions, and that's it. And you're asking me about those things. I told you most of my stuff was UFO based, Bigfoot, which really is cavemen. I mean, a lot of my experiences in that and what I've read on documents in that. I'm not saying I read every single document, because I haven't, but a lot of documents I did read into. But the homelessness factor, no, there's, unless you want to call that 3.5% prison, yeah, then that would be homelessness technologically, yeah, but that's pretty much housing them. So really, you're looking at is like that's just like over here. A lot of your homeless people will do something on purpose to go to jail. Okay, I'm about to explain something over here for the prison factor. So over here, a lot of homeless people purposely will do something to go to jail so they're warm in the wintertime. Because, of course, over here, right? Exactly. Because 3 hots in a cot. Exactly. Well, basically in Russia, the prisons are a bit nicer, the conditions and that. So for these drug addicts and alcoholics, they don't really care because what else can you get in prison? Because it ain't just 3 hots and a cop. I'm telling you, because you can get it in these prisons. It doesn't mean that you can't get it in that prison. Okay. So, okay, I don't want to be on the street. I don't want to be getting harassed by the police all the time. I'm willingly going to go to jail, but I'm going to live in jail. Exactly. Exactly. So that if you want to call that the homeless, that would be the homeless. Maybe that's what they're referring to of that 3.5%. Maybe because a lot of people don't want to work. So you have to work in a prison, but it's a lot less hassle. You're not doing extensive stuff. And they do pay better than over there than over here. I've talked to some people. They do. That's just like the federal prisons and stuff like that. They pay a little bit better. Not so much in the United States, but better than what the state prisons do. Because I've been to prison multiple times. Trust and believe. They do not pay you like out here. Exactly. So that would be your pride, maybe your 3.5%. But I'm saying outside of the prison wise, no. They want their streets and that to look clean and all that because you got to understand you have tons of tons of tourists coming there. And that's why their country is beautiful. Right. And maybe that's where you're seeing that, percentage of homeless people are just going and living in prison. Now, the way they stay in prison over there is doing, jobs that, going after other inmates for certain reasons. Yeah. Yeah. True. But Russia is the cold. Siberia is insane too. I've been to Siberia one time and I told my lieutenant, never again. Never. No. Too damn cold. I'll tell you what. It was ridiculous. I was in there for like 7 hours, and I was like, hell no, I gotta get out of here. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Well, yes, but there is some people that live out there. I don't know why. Yeah, Florida is packed with homeless people, and they don't care. See, in Florida, it's like Dubai. I don't know if you heard about Dubai. They basically just throw their money around and shit on the street, even. So that's why there's no homeless people in Dubai. And there's another country that's everything's real dirt cheap. I guess if you go over there with $1,000, you're basically like a millionaire over there. So, but in Florida, yeah. So a lot of people don't do like over here, which is weird. Like go to jail and that purposely. Yeah, true. But they also have the greatest panhandling scheme out there, and plus you got to remember the beaches. So they could go to the beach and go, find stuff. They'll dig around and find jewelry and all that, and then take it to a pawn shop. Because finders keepers, 9/10 of the law. Yeah, I understand that, Deadpool. But maybe that's why I didn't mean to. Maybe that's where you're getting the homelessness. So I did. But yeah, Russia is very picky on their streets being looking good and that, not having people out and about. They're very, very strict on that. And that's because they get tons of tourists every single day, which is surprising. Like you said, it's cold as hell. So I don't know. It's just a place. I mean, it was a beautiful place because the buildings, just how their architecture and that just amazed me. And the guys wanted to go there for the women. I was there for mainly the architect and just walking around. So I wasn't into the women in Russia. I'll tell you why. Yeah, I wasn't into that. So I mostly went around and talked with some of the people and being a tourist. Um, I did like their alcohol though. I did like their alcohol. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be. Yeah. And can you hear that? I don't know if you heard that. That's still so. Actually, they're still getting these jumbo jets out, these jumbo planes out of the Harrisburg Airport, and they're flying this way. So since living here, I'm gonna tell you a little something that I know something's up. I'm gonna tell you a little something because since I lived here, no plane took off this way. They always came this way over the house and then took off the other way to go anywhere. The only ones that have been flying this way is those military jumbo planes, and they've been constantly all day today, constantly. Me and my fiance and our son went for a walk, and I think we seen about like since we were out, God, like seven of them when we walked up to where we were going, and then when we came back, about 11 more. So constantly. I'm gonna mute real quick, guys. So I'll be right back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Give me a minute. Oh. Junior! Junior! Get your diapers done. Woo! Now, who the hell is calling my phone at this time? Yeah, that looked like the mechanic. That looked like the mechanic's number. Whoa. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Love them buttons. Love them buttons. I don't know if you guys heard that. Did you hear that? I'm going to tell you something. True enough. True enough. But yeah, so I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm back. What, talking about thunderstorm and don't like that. So tell me if you guys can hear this. Can you guys hear any of that? Anybody hear that? Okay. It's pretty neat how I can do that stuff. I can even do echoes. But yeah, we can get back into anything you guys want to talk about. Trying to get this. Oh, damn. We've already been on here for what, an hour? Jeez. Wasn't expect wasn't expect that to go that long. I mean, that's good. That's good, but and I appreciate Tab of Acid Studios for joining us and conversating with us. I appreciate that, and especially you, Deadpool. I don't know about your cuz though. don't look like he's still on here. Look like he popped off to play some DBD probably. And who knows? He better wait. Yeah, Tab of Acid Studios. If you want to join, as far as I know, let me see here. Deadpool, you want to put Drunk's name up there? If you want to join his YouTube channel, he also had, I don't know if you have Twitch. He goes by Riff Jerky on Twitch and that. If you want to join him on those, download Twitch and make up an account in that. Definitely get on there. Because he's awesome with talking as well and streaming his gaming and that. Dead by Daylight, Resident Evil, and all that as well. He plays a couple other games too. Oh, yeah, it's person. Wait, hold up. You have two different accounts then? So I thought I seen your other cut. Oh, that's person the whole time. Yeah, because I seen your original one up here. So you're on a different one. Okay. Cool. Well, person, I appreciate you staying on and chatting with us. That is awesome. I really appreciate it. If you guys then can instead share my channel out so I can get more out of it, because I'm gonna get into a steady thing with each different subject. No, it's cool, bro. It's cool. I will be eventually going into a deep conversation. I'll probably get into stuff like classifieds that are not out yet on a later date to when, All right, bro. Have a good night. Thank you for joining. But yeah, person, I'll be eventually talking about other stuff. Top secret classifieds that are still not out there. That's probably in a later date for that stuff. Most of the stuff that I'll be talking about is declassifieds because there's a lot of stuff. Like if you really go and you can look up on the internet, declassified files and that. A lot of people don't stay and read everything, so there's a lot of stuff in there that's hidden, and that. That's why I know a lot of stuff from the declassifieds. I also know a lot of stuff that's from classifieds because I had family that was in the military, but also I have family that's in the government. And I don't know if you caught on that my uncle was the director of the Pentagon for many, many years. And now he's retired, going on 2 years, retired. So I got a lot of information from that, and then I have a lot of sources that I'm friends with, and some of those sources, other sources, also from my friends that still talk. And then I have sources that I've gotten along with when I was in the military and through family as well. So, and eventually they will be coming on here to talk, and they'll be sharing everything, as well as pictures, documents that they have still, pretty much everything, and describing everything that they witnessed and seen in that. So eventually I will have those people come on and it'll be a whole thing. So I'm really trying to get a lot of people first out on these streams because I haven't gotten too much attention yet with just the posting videos I did. So I appreciate everybody that was on here, especially you, person. You stayed all the way. I'm really grateful for that. You have a good night. I'm going to be on stream again probably tomorrow during the day. So take it easy, guys. Have a good night.